Hello everyone and welcome. My name is Eniola and this is Eniola Atle. Okay, so today's tutorial is about we're going to be learning how to cut and sew this beautiful palazzo, straight pants palazzo. Okay, so you can remake this style by following and watching to the end of this tutorial. Okay, so please do not forget to hit the like button, subscribe and hit on the notification bell to come back for more. Okay, so if you want to learn how I made this is a very detailed and a very simple beginner friendly tutorial. Okay, so even if you had no idea on how to make a pant before, so this tutorial is for you. So the first things first, I'm taking my waist measurement. So this is our starting line, and from this starting line I'll go ahead and take my from this starting line I'll go ahead and take the length of my pants. Okay, so while taking the length of my pants, I'm going to be excluding the band width. Okay, and the band length, and the band length is 2 inches. So on this starting line I'll be placing my 2 inches from. Okay, I'll go ahead and measure up my trouser length. So my trouser length is 44. I'll go ahead and measure it and mark it round. And I'll be adding 1 inch for the trouser fold. Okay, so the next thing we'll be doing is to take every vertical measurement we're going to be taking, we'll be minusing our waistband. Okay, so the next thing we'll be doing is to take our hip length. So the hip length is 9 inches and the crotch depth is 12 inches. And how we got our crotch depth is we got quarter of our hip measurement. In my case it's 11.75, and I'm adding quarter inch for ease. Okay, so I'll go ahead and go a straight line. I'll also mark our hip line as well. Okay, so I'll just go ahead and use my marker to make the lines more visible. Okay, so we'll go ahead and label. Okay, so this is our waistline, the hip line, and the crotch line. Okay, and that's the hemline. We'll also go ahead and mark out our knee line. So our knee line in my case is our knee line in my case is 22. Okay, so we'll go ahead and start imputing our measurement. So now on the hip line, I'll go ahead and mark quarter of my hip measurement, which is 11.25, and I'll be adding 1 inch for ease, which is 12.75. Okay, but before that, I'll be going to the side to add half inch seam allowance at the edge of the pattern, and I'll also add it here as well. Okay, so this is half inch seam allowance that I added it I marked it on the waist, on the hip, on the crotch, and I'll be also marking it at the knee and hemline as well. So I marked half inch all through. Okay, half inch on each of the lines. Okay, so from that half inch, we'll now start imputing our measurement. We'll impute on the hip line, we impute quarter of the hip measurement plus 1 inch. Okay, quarter hip measurement plus 1 inch. That's the measurement. You go ahead and put it on the crotch line and on the waistline as well. And hope you know I was putting my measurement from this half inch that we took here. So from this half inch mark, I imputed my measurement. Okay, so after imputing that, go ahead and connect the lines together. So after connecting, which this is what we have here, I'll go ahead and measure what we have from this half inch mark. We will not be including it. We're not going to exclude, we're not going to include this half inch. Okay, so we'll mark our what we have here and we'll divide that into 4 to get our cut extension. Okay, so we have 12 3/4. 12 3/4 in 4 places is going to give us 3.2. Divide that in 4 places. And mark out what we have there. Okay, so I'll come up by 1 inch. And I'll connect all the way to this line. But before I do so, on this line here, on this line, I'll come in by ½ inch. So this is how I'll be connecting all lines together. Okay, so this is it. So from this line, I'll go ahead and mark quarter of our waist measurement. So marking quarter of our waist measurement, in my case, which is 9 inches, and from that 9 inches, I'll be adding 1 inch. 1 inch for seam allowance, sorry, for this. So we connect from the waist measurement all the way to our hip measurement. Okay, and we connect from this ½ inch straight up. Okay, you see that shape? This is what we are getting. So now, before we proceed, I'll go ahead to measure out what we have there. Okay, so I will come down by ½ inch, or you can come down by 3/4 inch, and you connect straight all the way to the like so. Okay, so what we'll do next is on the hemline at this point, from this ½ inch that we added by the side here, we're not going to include the ½ inch in our measurement. I already said so. So I'll go in by 1 inch on the hem line. Okay, and on the knee line, I'll be going in by ½ inch. And this is, we're not going to be including that ½ inch we added at the beginning. Okay, so we're going to do by ½ inch. So this is what we do. From the hip line at this point, we'll connect all the way to the knee line, this ½ inch knee line. Okay, like so. And we'll connect from this ½ inch all the way to 1 inch at the hem. Okay. Okay, so what we'll do next is to go ahead and get our crease line. So before we get our crease line, so to get the grain line, we'll go ahead and measure out what we have here on the crotch extension. And what we have here is 16 inches. So 16 inches into is 8 inches. 16 inches into is 8 inches. So I'll go ahead and mark 8 inches on the crotch line. I'll go ahead and mark 8 inches as well on the knee line and on the hem line. Okay, so after doing that, we'll go ahead and connect. We'll connect all lines together. So after connecting all lines together, what we'll be doing is, what measurements we have here, we'll measure out what we have from this part to this gray line. I'll mark it, I'll duplicate it to the other side. So we have 7.5. We'll mark 7.5. And we have 7.5 as well. No, we have 7 inches here. I'll mark the 7 inches all the way on the other side as well. So we'll mark it on the hemline as well. So what we'll be doing next is to go ahead and connect from the knee line to the hemline. connecting like so, we also have to connect from the crotch line all the way to this line, like so. But I'll be connecting using a dotted line. I have my reasons for that. So yeah, if you want, you can go in and give it a curve shape. But on the second thought, I just decided to do it as such. And, so this is what we have for our front measurements. Okay, so this is the hip line, the crotch line, the knee line, and the hemline all the way there. So what we'll be doing now is we'll be adding half inch up to all the sides. This was why I told us to leave half inch on the sides before, because if I started measurement all the way at the edge, you wouldn't have seen the half inch. Okay, so I'll be adding the half inch. At the top part, we'll be adding half inch as well, which is for joining to the waistband. Okay, so I will not be adding any. The only place I'll be adding similarities is at the side. I won't be adding to inseam. Okay, so as we are done with the front pattern, we'll go ahead and cut, and the next thing is to create the back pattern. Okay, so okay, so to get the back pattern, so I've gone ahead to tape the front piece to the back piece. Okay, so the reason that the lines no longer align because I remember that we're making the back, so the back crotch has to be higher than the front, so I have to shift the front pattern down a little bit. Okay, so let's get started. So what we'll be doing is this. Okay, so on the crotch now, at this part here, so on this line here, from this part, I'll go ahead and measure out my back crotch extension. And how we get that is our hip, which is 12 3/4, we divide that into 2. So that's how we got the back extension. Okay, so from this point here now, from this crotch point, go ahead and mark out the back. We also have extended our line, our crotch line, and our knee line as well. Okay, so this is the crotch line on this part, and this is the hip line on this part. Okay, so this is the hip line, and this is the crotch line, and this is our knee line on this angle. Okay, this is the knee line. So what we'll be doing now is after extending it like so, we've extended it. We'll come here and we'll go in by 2 inches from the front line like so. From there we'll come in by 2 inches, and on that point there we'll go up by 2 inches. Okay, so on our real waistline, not the seam allowance we added, we'll go ahead and extend it again like so. So after extending it, we'll go ahead, and because our trouser it has an elastic at the waistband, at the back of the waistband. Okay, the back is elastic, so there's an elastic at the waistband. There's no zip on this palazzo. We go ahead and input our hip measurements. Okay, so inputting our hip measurements was just the hip measurements. That's what we're inputting, and you can add half inch if that is what you want, so that there'll be more room. Okay, so on the hip line, we'll come out by 2 inches. On the crotch line, we'll come out by 2 inches. On the crotch line, will come out by 2 inches. So these lines will be connected together. Okay, and on the knee line by the side. So from these 2 inches at the crotch line here, we'll go to the hem of the back. So from the front hem, we'll come out by 1 inch. Okay, so we'll come out by 1 inch. We'll come out by 1 inch, and we'll be connecting the lines together from these 2 inches to the 1 inch at the hemline. So this is it. The reason here is looking a bit small is because all these 2 inches that I extended for the back and 1 inch, I did that, but I didn't start from the seam allowance. I started from the main measurements we had on the side of the front pattern. Okay, so I will now go ahead and add half inch of seam allowance to our side. Okay, so after adding the half inch now, I'll go ahead and connect from this all the way to, so this is our back waistline. So what we'll be doing now is on the on this line here, at this part here, which you can also measure your thigh line. My thigh line is 4 inches below the crotch line. Okay, so I'll come out by 2 inches. And on the knee line, I will be coming out by 1 3/4. Okay? And on the hemline, sorry, on the hemline, I'll just go ahead and go to the hemline. At the inseam, I'll come out by 1.5 inches. And coming up, I'll be increasing it, and this is 1 3/4 at this part. So taking our curve now, this is what we'll be doing. We'll be connecting from this crotch extension to the 2 inches and all the way to the 3/4 inches at this part. All the way to 1 3/4 inches at this part. Okay, so I'll go ahead and curve it. So after doing that, I'll go ahead and from this point now, I'll connect it all the way to the 1.5 inch at the hemline. Okay, so yeah. So this is this, and the next thing will now be to create our crotch cut for the back pattern. So I'll go ahead and remove my tape and I'll connect like so. Placing it back, I'll go ahead to, I'm trying to create the outline for the crotch line, like so. Okay, so after doing this, I'll go ahead and measure out what we have here. Okay, so yeah, I have 17.8, and if I add my 2 inches for waistband, I'll be having 19, they're about 19 or 18 something. Okay, so that is my the reason I was measuring all this is because when I took my crotch measurement, I made sure to get the front crotch measurement and the back crotch measurement. Okay, so I have checked it out and everything is totally, it fits. The measurement is on point. Okay, so what I'll be doing now is to join the lines together. I'll go ahead and remove my tip from the pattern, from the front pattern, like so, and okay. So this is how it looks like. So we are done with the pattern, and what I'll be doing now is to go ahead and remove my tape, and yeah. Okay, so this is the front pattern. This is how it looks like, and this is the back pattern. This is how it looks like. Okay. So before I go ahead and cut it, this is what I like to do. I would usually like to test the sides by placing the front and back sides together to see if it's short from any edges or if it's too long. So this is the front, by the way. So this is where this one is. And for the side, for the inseam, go ahead and do that as well. This is where this one is. Okay? So placing the front aside, we take our ruler, and this is what we do. Where this one is and where this one is, we try to connect it. after connecting, I like to go ahead to cut. So, this is how this is. So then we'll go ahead and place our pattern on the paper on the fabric and cut. So, okay, so now to cut out our pocket, this is the front pattern by the way. So we'll go ahead from the side seam. We're not going to be placing the seam allowance included. So from our normal side, we'll go in by 1.5 inch. So the length of our pocket is going to be 11.5. Okay, so 11.5 now. And where I am taking my measurement from is from our original waistline. That's before we came down by half inch. That's where I'm taking my measurement from. So I'll be marking 1.5 and I'll go ahead and connect straight to the left. So okay, so from this side now, I'll go ahead and mark 7.5. And like I said earlier, the 7.5 is not included with the side seam allowance. Okay, so marking 7.5, I'll go ahead and take it up. Take the 7.5 inch upwards. Take that 7.5 inch upwards. Okay. So I'm not sure if it's clear, but I don't want to make my pattern rough. That's why I'm not using a marker for it. So as we've done that now, you know this part here is our normal waist. This is the our waistline now. This now is without the half inch for joining of the band. Okay, so this is our normal waistline. So this is the line we'll be following when we want to place the pattern, the pocket pattern. Okay, so now on this 1.5 inch now, I will now slant my tape. I'll place my tape on that 1.5 inch and slant it to form 7 inches. Okay, I'll be slanting it in a way that's going to form 7 inches. And I will connect like so. Okay, so after slanting it like this, that place where you mark 7 inches, on the seam allowance, I will connect it straight like so. So I don't know if you can see what I'm doing clearly. Okay, so I will now come down by half inch. And also half inch for the slant. The reason I'm doing this is because if we were to go ahead and cut it like this, by the time we show it on our pattern, it will be very small. So this is why I'm doing it like so. Okay, so this is now going to be where we'll be sewing, and this is where the pocket will be. So in order to make the pocket, I'll go ahead and take a fresh paper. This fresh paper, I'll place it underneath this, and I will use my tracing wheel to trace out pocket shape. So this is what the pocket looks like. This is the pocket facing, and for the pocket bag, I will simply just go ahead and extend this line like so. And you know we took out 1.5 inch plus half inch of seam allowance at the side. That is 2 inches. I'll go ahead and mark the 2 inches there, and I will connect it straight all the way to the seam allowance at the side. So this is our pocket facing, and this is pocket bag. Okay, so yeah, and this part is on a fold. You'll be cutting here on a fold, or you can cut it separately if you wish. So this is it for the facing, and for the waistband, I'm just going to go ahead and cut a long rectangular strip. Okay, okay, so hello everyone, and This is the sewing tutorial. Okay, so this is the front piece and these are the pockets right here of each side. Okay, so what we'll be doing next is we'll take one piece of the pocket. This is one side of the pocket and this is the other side of the pocket. So we'll take one side of the trouser of the front piece. Okay, taking one side of the front piece because we have not yet cut the pocket side for the pocket shape for the front. So this is what we'll do. We'll take one of the pockets and make sure it's the right side of the pocket and let it face the front. Okay, so you do it like this. And it is facing the front like this. That is the wrong side facing the wrong side. You go ahead and cut, then you stitch on it. Okay, so you can sew on it if you want like this, or you can cut before you stitch on it. So I'm just going to go ahead and use my pins to secure the lines. And after stitching on it like so, you open it like this. Then you go ahead and top stitch on this part that you've sewn. Okay, so this is what this part looks like after you've sewed it. You know, I told you you sew and cut, or you can cut before you sew. So I've sewn it, and opening it up, I've gone ahead to top stitch on it. So this is what the top stitch look like. And with top stitch, making sure that the seam allowance is by the side. Okay, so this is how it looks like. So the next step is, which I already explained, is to do this. You take this like this, right? You take here and you take here as well, like this, and you place it like this. Make sure these bottom parts are aligned together like so. Go ahead and secure the bottom parts with our stitch, and also secure from here, from this part here, from the part where we've stitched, right from the part where our stitch ends. We'll start from there and we'll stitch down with our seam allowance. Okay, so we'll stitch like this and we'll stitch like this. We'll come to the front like so, and we will stitch here on top here like so. We want to secure it so it won't be moving around while we're sewing, and we'll also secure the upper part so it won't be moving about when we are sewing. Okay, so this is how to sew our pocket. So I'm just going to go ahead and do this on the other side of the pocket, and I'll come back to show you the results. Okay, so this is what the back that's inside the trouser looks like. See how neat it is. The next thing for us to do is we'll be joining the sides, the front crotch together. This is the two sides together. I'll go ahead and sew using half inch. After sewing it like that, we'll go ahead and take the back piece as well. Taking the back piece now, we'll go ahead and we'll sew using half inch on the crotch area as well. Okay, so after sewing both front and back crotch area, after sewing the crotch curve with half inch, we'll go ahead and join the front piece to the back piece. Okay, so after you are done with that, what our advice is, after you've cut out your waistband, this is my waistband, this now is for the back and this is for the front. Okay, so this is how I folded it. I added stay to stabilize it. One, because the stretchy fabric, and two, I just wanted the waistband to have structure. Okay, so this is the front waistband and this is the back waistband. Okay, so I'll come back and after I'm done sewing, and I'll let you know how it looks. Okay, so I've gone ahead to join the sides, front and back together. As you can see, this is the side. I've joined it all together, and this is the inside, and I've joined it as well. Okay, so let's take our waistband now that we've already pressed. Because this trouser is going to be having an elastic at the back, right? I had to cut it half, like I had to cut it front and back. But it's also, you can also cut it a whole, you can also cut a long rectangular strip. It doesn't need to be divided like this. Okay, so if you look now, this is the measurement from here to here. Can you see? Okay, so it's also the same for the back as well. You go ahead and measure what you have at the back and cut it out from the distance. Then you had half inch here, half inch here for joining to this place and to this place. You also add half inch and half inch. Okay, so yeah, so this is what we do now. Okay, this is the back because the back is longer than the front, and this is the front. So what we'll be doing is we'll go ahead and get the midpoint of the back. Go ahead and get the midpoint of the back. If you're with scissors, you notch, but I'm not with my scissors right now, so okay, so this is my midpoint, and also you get the midpoint for the front. So after getting the midpoint for the front and back waistband, what you do next is to join the front and back together. Okay? Join it together like so. I will stitch on it half inch. We'll also do the same to the other side. So I'll go ahead and do that and let you see what I did. Okay, so this is the band now. I'm gonna have to join both front and back together. So this is how it looks like. You can see. And I'm also gonna have to measure my waistband of trouser, and I measured it to make sure it is the same width as the waistband. And if it's not, I took in, and if in your case the width of the waistband width of the trouser is not the same thing as the waistband width, you can take in measurements from the trouser. You can take in some size or some inches. Okay, so yeah. So this is how it looks like now. So we'll be going ahead to stitch the waistband around the trousers. Okay. So how do we go about doing that? On the front waistband, I'll go ahead and fold my waistband in two. After folding it, so this is the same thing what we did last time. But I want to notch it now. I'll be notching it this time around. So I'll be able to see. I'll be notching it this time around, so I'll be able to see what I'm doing. Okay, so this is what it looks like. This is the front part now. I've already notched it. Okay, so for me to sew it, you see where I ironed it? I ironed it in a way that after folding the waistband in half, I folded one side and left the other side. Okay, so the side now that is left that I didn't fold with iron, you see? This part now that I didn't fold, I'll go ahead and use it to sew. Okay, so I'll put my notched part on the front band and I will align it with the center crotch, the crotch of the front piece. Okay, so after securing it to my pin, I'll go ahead and fold like so. So I'll go ahead and sew around using the side that was not folded. I'll sew it around the waistband, around the waist of the trouser, and I'll come and show you guys what to do next. Okay, so I've gone ahead to fix the waistband. So I sewed it the way I said I would sew it, and I now double stitch it. I don't know. Okay, as you can see, the way I stitched the waistband, the seam line is not showing on the waistband, but instead I sewed it under the waistband and near the trouser. So you see, this is what you call a stitch in a ditch. You can see it's not showing. This is the front. It's not showing at all. It's not showing, but you see the back. You can see it's so I sewed it under the other part of the trouser. Okay, so now this is the back of the trouser, right? And as the back has elastic, we're going to be putting elastic on the back. Okay, so for us to fix the elastic, and this is the elastic we'll be using. This is a 2-inch wide elastic. Okay, a 2 inches wide elastic. It's a big size. So for us to know what we'll be putting there, measurements, I'll measure what I have here and I will minus like about 4 inches. I'll minus about 4 inches from the measurement. Okay, so our minus about 4 inches from the measurement, or 5 inches. You can measure, you can minus out 5 inches. Okay, so and cut. So you see this is what I will be putting at the back, for the back waistband. Okay, so you take your safety pin and we'll start. Okay, so I left about 2 inches of white space at the back. Okay, so we'll start fixing it from here. Okay, so this is what the trouser looks like. I'm gonna have to remove my safety pin from it, and I've sealed every edge that I opened right from time. Okay, so this is how it looks like. So this is the back and this is the front. Okay, so then the next and last step we have to do is to hem the front, is to hem the bottom of the trousers. Okay, so I'll go ahead and use my iron to hem out the allowance of my trouser, and I will stitch on each one. Okay, so thank you once again for joining me here on today's tutorial. So please hit the like button, subscribe, and click on the notification bell to come back for more. Okay, so I'll see you in the next tutorial.